been massive escalations of Antifa and BLM. Antifa and BLM are funded by George Soros and Barack Obama and Hillary on record. And you see Trump and you see Senator Paul going, yeah, somebody's funding him. It's been known Soros, through subsidiaries, is on record funding Refuse Fascism and all these Rise Up groups for 20 years. And they fund Antifa groups in Europe. That's why it's worldwide. It's also in Asia. So that's really a shot across the bow to Soros and them to stop. They're not stopping. The new footage is up on Infowars.com. A lot of it's even too violent to show on television, but we're going to play some of it here in a moment. Viewer discretion is advised. This is what happened last night in Rochester, New York, with BLM, and usually BLM is about 90% white. This is actually about half black folks, randomly going out to restaurants and throwing chairs, overturning tables, smashing glasses in front of people, glass flying up in their faces. And then when the white people run, it's like Mars Attacks when they're shooting you with their ray guns saying, don't run, we are your friends. It is the most incredible footage. We're going to see it in a moment. They're like, hey, stop running. Nobody's doing anything to you. Just get out of here. Then they go in the restaurant and start smashing stuff and bucking up to people and bowing up. And I mean, man, this has already happened in Dallas. And they did it to a black-owned restaurant that was about half black people in there eating. They were telling them your dinner's over and smashing their stuff. They got their asses thrown out. I got to tell you, I mean, if I was eating dinner with my family and somebody ran and started smashing stuff, I mean, you're going to get your ass kicked bad. You're going to get hurt. And so, but here's the problem. That's a normal response. It's what their bosses are telling them to do to cause a riot, to get whites and blacks killing each other, to have that image, to put it out on the news, to try to cause a real race war. And that's what's in the WikiLeaks. Hillary talking to a head of psychology at a major university saying we need to cause a race war in America. So the average black person's good. The average white person's good. The average, everybody, we know what's happening. But this is outrageous. And the media covers this up and just keeps escalating the incidents. They then go and climb on top people's roofs on their front porches and get up on their second story and start smashing stuff. And then you hear the Black Lives Matter leader say, no filming our crimes. Only cops film crimes. So he says we're committing crimes. Now, somebody ought to tell these folks, climbing up on people's houses and smashing in the windows, they're being directed to do this. And if you read the Alexander Soros documents we got 3 years ago, because he runs it all now, they send out action plans to the Antifa members who are masked to pay the cash out. They'll call a Black Lives Matter event. They'll wait till night when some actual thugs show up. They'll pay them $200 to $1,000. If they go burn something or break it, they get more cash. And I've seen it. We've shot video where they'll have like wads of money like this going, who's going to knock Alex Jones out? Who's going to smash his car? $500. The guy's wearing a mask, driving by in a brand new Jaguar. That was the abortion rally a few years ago, anti-abortion rally, where we were pointing out the KKK was for abortion. And so what I'm getting at here is it's literally white people with money going in and saying it's a Black Lives Matter protest. Normal people show up to protest, fine, for, you know, they think against police brutality. And then the criminals show up and get paid to do what you're about to see. This is the most outrageous bullying. But it's just like when the poor man got shot last weekend to death in Portland and some Black Lives Matter run up and start yelling at him as he dies. And the guy getting his head kicked in a few weeks ago in Portland, they're like, get up, you're faking. He had multiple concussions, in a coma for 2 days, blood come out of his nose, his eyes, his ears, did nothing wrong, wasn't even a Republican. Turns out he was a liberal going to pick up his trans friend, but that he's white. So they drag him out, assaulted the girl he's with, they beat her up, and the media covers it up because they're waiting for the flashpoint. It's why they're ordering Antifa and Black Lives Matter to run in front of cars and to hope somebody hits them. So they ran out on the Seattle highway. A black Somali driver pulled out of a bar. He saw the emergency vehicles, thought he'd drive around on the shoulder. Well, guess what? There's a couple hundred people running around the middle of the night in a dark underpass. They get killed. Media says white supremacists just killed this woman. Soon as it was a Somali, the Somali stopped. They run over and start trying to kill him. Last time I heard they charged him for a hit and run. He didn't hit and run them. He stopped till they tried to kill him, then he ran off and turned himself in. So this is the level of pure evil we're dealing with, trying to trigger us killing each other when it's an anti-human AI takeover. And when the COVID lockdown, the UN estimates is going to make an additional 8 million people starve to death on top of the 10 million that die each year, most of them children, most of them brown. That's where the real death is, just like Kanye West said. 22+ million black people have been aborted. Upwards of 70% of all black babies never made it out of the womb. That's 22 million people. That's not 14 black males a year that LeBron James, the puppet, talks about all day while he makes $50 million a year. LeBron James doesn't say a damn thing about slave camps in China with Muslims, Christians, and Buddhists in them. No, he does what he's told by his manager to make money, 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 money. LeBron James won't say a damn thing like Kanye West about what's really going on and how the left pressured him to kill his first child, his daughter, and how it makes him sick to think about her being dead every day. Well, guess what, Kanye? I did pay for abortions. I have killed my children. It's one reason I'm fearless and maybe have a death wish, because I know I did wrong. But I was lied to too, saying, oh, it's only a baby. It's not a human. It's, you know, and I was young, and I repent of it. So be glad, Kanye, you didn't kill your kids. And be glad you're not like a monster like LeBron James, who is just a selfish, demonic narcissist. So let's get to it right now. BLM rioters shut down restaurants in Rochester, smash bank windows in Manhattan during latest night of mayhem. But the headline's not strong enough from ZeroHedge.com up on Infowars.com. It's bully and attack, but the most beautiful part about it, and by that I'm being sarcastic, is the double speaking. Don't run. We're like, get the hell out of here, smashing tables, throwing chairs, people, glasses flying up in their faces. You got grown men, big men throwing stuff at families, saying, get the hell out of here. Notice it's escalating. And the people start running. They're like, you don't run. Nothing's happening to you. It's always the gaslighting. Always the gaslighting. And these people are financed and run by that little potbelly naddler that says none of this even exists. So go ahead and roll the first clip. It's 2.5 minutes long. BLM attacks restaurant in Rochester. If you're a radio listener, it's on Infowars.com. Go watch it for yourself and share it. Here it is. Listen to that cult. Now they go in the restaurant and start smashing people's plates in front of them and their glasses. Throwing glasses down on top of people's tables. A mob. Notice how the mask is the perfect cover for the criminal activity. This was well thought out by Soros. Continue.
If you don't give us our shit, we'll shut shit down.
They walk over to people's tables and start smashing their food. The minute that guy did that, lady, then I'm going to take that chair and break it over their head. The minute you do that, you're getting a glass upside your head. The entitlement. Get out of here. You're not having dinner, white people. Smashing a random store, a random restaurant. And look, all these white academics that are leading it, they're all so full of themselves. Now they're attacking and knocking out the windows and everything. Good God. This, my friends, is what the Second Amendment's for. Because they've already killed a lot of people, so they come up to checkpoints, stop you on the road, try to kill you, shoot you in the head. Self-defense, folks. Now here they are climbing up on the second stories on people's houses.
If you ain't police, don't record crimes. There it goes. Not record it. Do not record this.
So, and it just goes on. A lot of other videos, they're on Infowars.com. So this is the reality of what's going on. Look at this headline from Breitbart. It's up on Infowars.com. Washington and Lee University offers course on how to overthrow the state. But it's the big, powerful universities with the big mega banks and all the big woke corporations that have robbed everyone and are trying to create a grassroots civil war against local governments so the New World Order can collapse the country. Living Defense. This is beyond a probiotic. It's got all these things known to flush out the bad little visitors in the guts and really get your guts up to optimum condition. And if you've ever thought probiotics were amazing, which they are, this is next level and does it in a different way. It targets and gets rid of bad guys. It doesn't promote the good guys, because when you get rid of the bad guys, the good guys can operate. The New World Order is targeting your gut. Living Defense is the best, most powerful formula, and it is a big bottle. Let me show TV viewers this. It's a brand new bottle. Remember, I haven't taken this in about 6 months. I take it about twice a year. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Damn, they're going on the floor everywhere. There's so many of them. Hold on. There you go. I mean, what's fell on the floor? These babies are amazing. You take a few of these a day for a month, you're going to have some results that are, let's just say, magnificent. And this is Mother Nature gave us. God gave us a Mother Nature. It is Living Defense, InfoWarsStore.com, and you find the InfoWar. So it's a total win-win, win-win-win. InfoWarsStore.com.